Ladies, gentlemen, everything else in between, it's time to learn how to do contracts efficiently. Everything you need to know about the contracts. Let's get started straight into it. If you're level 50, you should definitely be doing contracts in the Phonos Basin. Watcher Post is where you should be looking for, because you can do contracts in Phonos Basin, and you can also do them in Ruins of the Terrain. Much easier by just jumping off this place and just going to the contract you want to do. As far as how contracts work, you want to look for these guys, contract managers. Usually you find them in every city. I don't recommend you doing any contracts if you're not level 50, unless you need them for a quest or something like that. Once you are level 50, you should definitely start looking into doing contracts. As far as which contracts you should be doing, you should definitely be doing the ones that give you polished crystals. You need this stuff for a lot of things, a lot of crafting. So for example, as you can see here, basically all the blue items, you need them to craft them. And you also need to craft the purple ones, purple version of this. You need 5, and you'll craft one of the purples. The purples are needed for not grid, well, purple items. As you can see, even in T2, you need this a lot. You will be needing a lot of this, so definitely one of the better choices. Other than that, as far as what you should pick, it would definitely be the Rubik's ore for the weapons. They are meant for your weapon, is the red one. The yellow one is for your armor, to craft armor glowstones, like weapon glowstones and armor glowstones, as you can see here. And the green ones are for your jewelry, and of course the blue ones are for your skills. So if you want to level your skill, you should definitely pick the blue one. Don't pick the base material selection chest unless you really need it. This is probably the worst choice you can make. Definitely pick the precious polished crystal, whatever, rare polished crystal. This is definitely my choice most of the time. Once you pick one of the items, well, one of the contracts, you should try to always stack them as much as possible. So for example, I have a bunch of contracts already. I got this one with skeletons. I have to kill skeletons in Ruins of Terrain. I have an ore contract that I just picked up, and I have some dungeon contracts. I'll talk about the dungeon contracts in a second as well. Another skeleton, again, trying to stack it. You can refresh the page after you pick one contract. You don't have to pick all of the contracts here. If you don't like them or whatever, you don't have to actually pick the ones that you don't like. So I will be picking another skeleton knight one. I will refresh again, see what I'm getting. For example, let's see, specialist. This one is also a ruins location contract. I'll pick it. It gives me rare polished crystal, so why not? Refresh again, and guess what? We get a special one. This one is the precious blessing pouch. You should definitely pick this contract, even though it's more difficult for you to do, or if it's in a location you don't really want to go in particular. You should definitely pick this, because this pouch has a chance of giving you purple gear, which is pretty nice, honestly. So definitely pick this one. Also, keep in mind that you have a limit to how many contracts you can get. You can get up to 5 at one time. This limit increases to 7 if you have the Solarius Blessing or something like that. I don't know what's called. Solisium Blessing. This is the subscription of the game, and we will see if this will make it into release. Right now in Korea it exists. It's like $7 or something. It's not that bad in my opinion. They could probably add this into our version as well. We'll see what's happening though. We will see. But yeah, 5 contracts. Now when you're actually doing the contracts, you will see that they don't normally appear on your map unless you already activate them. But if you're having trouble finding the location of the item you're trying to interact with, all the stuff you have to do, you can just click on that button and it will show you like this these spots where you can find them. Also, the mobs are gonna look like this. They're gonna be orange, yellow, whatever you want to call it, have that yellow thing above their head. And one thing you should keep in mind as well is that you don't really have to tag the mobs. So for example, if there is somebody doing the same contract as you, it doesn't matter if you're getting the loot or not from it. So like, if, for example, if the mob is red, it means that you will get the loot from it, right? But if he starts killing the mob and you also hit him or hit the mob at least once, it will count towards your contract. It will still drop you the contract item. So for example, if this mob has to drop me something, usually you'll find some contracts that require that. I can just attack this guy once, and as you can see, it gave me +1 on my contract. So you don't really have to fight for mobs or like have a tag. Of course, you want to do it if you have an interest in actually acquiring some sort of item, but if you don't really have to do that. When you complete a contract, like I'm about to do now, you don't actually have to go back to the NPC. You see, you only just get this completed, you get your rewards straight into the bag, and you don't even have to go back to complete it or anything like that. You can just go back and pick up a new contract, or if you're using the Solicium Blessing, you can just summon the NPC at you, just picking up from that NPC you summon. Now, about these scrolls you're gonna get, these are also a type of contracts. They are pretty similar, however you can only get them from those pouches I showed you just now, and also you can buy them from the Sunrise merchants. As you can see here, they are weekly. You can only buy 6 per type, I guess you can call it. This one will be the Lizard Island ones. These are the Sanctum of Desire and so on. The location of the NPCs is a bit, let's say it's a bit more complicated. You can buy a type, well, 2 types actually, of contracts from Vienta Village, Canina Village, Sanctuary Oasis, and this will give you 1 type. So it will give you Sanctum, which is this, Sanctum of Desire, and also will give you contracts for Saurodoma Island. However, if you go to Stoneguard Castle, you will get contracts that will make you go, for example, in Secret Dungeon, and you will have to do one of the floors or whatever, something like that. You will have to do like one of the floors per contract. Then if you go to the other side of the map, Pure Light Tower, Watcher Post, Castleton, and Starlight Observatory, they're all shared. If you go to any of these, they will sell you contracts for Silas Abyss and also for Shadowed Crypt. So these are the contracts you can get there. If you get any of these contracts, you can right click them from the inventory. It will look something like this. For example, this one is for the Silas Abyss. You will get one of these pouches, which is one of the best, well, not one of the best, but one of the better things you can loot. You probably don't have a high chance of getting the epic items, but as you just saw now, you could actually get some epic items. The items you find in these pouches are linked to open world dungeons. So for example, if I'm doing the Silas Abyss contract and I'm getting one of these pouches, I will be dropping items that will normally drop in also in Silas Abyss. So for example, if you want to look at the loot, you go to this, like this is floor 5, and you will open the monster information. Here you see all the monsters that you can find in the location, and you see what they drop. So for example, if I kill that, I get that. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You also get some more of this ore that you got from the contract guy as well by running normal contracts, and you also get abyssal currency. Why do we care about abyssal currency? If you look at usage, you can craft, just straight up craft items from the same open world dungeons or Saurodoma Island or whatever, right? So for example, if I have enough of this abyss currency, I can craft one of these boxes, and I will be able to choose one of the 3 items from here. I will also need abyssal aggregate, which you also get from just grinding the open world dungeon. Now, in order to spend the contract coins you get every time you do contracts, you want to find one of these contract merchants. You find them in basically every big city: Stoneguard, Vienta Village, Castleton, and I think that's it. I don't think Canina has one. Sanctuary doesn't have one. Yeah, so only the big cities. They will look something like this on the minimap. Oh wow, I can't even target it. Well, something like this. And they will be selling you some good stuff you should definitely buy. You should buy the Mystic Keys. You use the Mystic Keys, so if you go to weeklies, you do your weekly with your Mystic Keys, you open portals and all that. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. Definitely buy it daily if you can, or at least buy it 5 times so you can do your daily, because you need 25 open. So if you don't do the big portal, that's how you're gonna do them pretty quickly. Then you want to buy the enchanted ink. This is the item that you use in order to turn a normal item into a lithograph and sell it on the market, if you want to sell it on the market, of course. And then you want to also buy the trait extraction stone. This is what you use if you want to extract your trait from an item. So for example, if I get a good trait on this thing, I will just use the trait extraction stone and then sell the extract on the market. You also want to buy the blessing pouch of course, because this one will give you more of the dungeon contracts, and it will also give you a good chance to, well, get, well, I don't know about a good chance, big man, actually. You will get a chance to get some purple items as well. T2, T1, no, I think it doesn't give T2 actually. T1 I think is the maximum you can get from this, but still pretty good because you can extract the trait and all that. Everything else, I don't know, depends a lot, because for example the Rubiks that you get from buying, you need 250 contract coins that you can see here, but you only get one. Meanwhile, you can just grind contracts and get a lot more Rubik cells. So I don't know, it's the same with all the other materials for spells or upgrading your gear. Actually, it doesn't even sell marines, I just realized, so only for gear. So yeah, definitely not that worth it to buy all that. The special weapons, I don't think they're worth buying either. Same with rare parchment, I don't think they're worth buying. Fishing bait you can probably buy, I guess, if you want. From fishing you get some good boss materials. So like, you want to craft your boss gear, you can definitely get the materials from fishing. So that's a plus as well. I guess you could buy the bait if you eventually want to fish, and so you can buy it daily. It's not that expensive anyway. That's gonna be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitch, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Kiss kiss, bye bye.